Hello guys, from Scrap Time. Today I'm going to show you my new embossing paste. It comes in white, and it comes in black, and it comes in gold, and it comes in silver. And with these four colors you can conquer the world. The reason I added this product to my brand is that it works with every Ranger product on the market. So I'm going to show you several different ways to use it. Okay. So I've already spread the white embossing paste on here, and it's already dry. So I used my palette knife, just dipped a little in, spread it on, and it's dry. So now if I want to add color to this, I have several different options. I can use the distress ink with the blending tool, and you'll see that I'm going to get a pale, beautiful pastel color. Okay. I can blend colors if I want to. Okay. So that's one way to add it. Here's a unique feature. If I decide I really did not want this to be blue, if I could find my water, I would mist it with water. What happens is you take off pretty much of the color and start all over again. So I think that's kind of a unique feature of the product too. If I wanted to stain this, I can use the distress stains on it. So same thing, I'll just rub my stain right over it. And you can see I'm going to get really pretty intense color. But again, if I don't want the color to be that intense, I can go ahead and mist it and take some of it off. So now I have kind of a model, a nice starting point for a background. So if I go ahead and dry that, I can go back over it with the blending tool and add another color, which I think is really pretty cool. I like the embossing paste too because it has a nice matte finish. I don't really care for anything with a whole lot of shine. So back again to the blending tool. So now I can go ahead and blend some colors on here. And that's a nice starting point for your background. If I'm going to stamp on that, I would use my probably jet black archival, so that shows up really well. So that's one way to use the embossing paste. Okay. Here's another way. This is my Art Parts material, so it's a recycled paper product. Much stronger than chipboard, and it's just a great solid surface for lots of products. So I'm just going to spread my embossing paste on here, and I like to do an uneven layer, and you can do it as thick or as thin as you want, and I like to leave some areas not covered with the paste. You always want to clean your tools with water because it kind of dries like cement and it's kind of awfully hard to pick off. So now what I wanted to do, if I wanted more intense color with this, what I did was I took Tim's Distress Stains, took the lid off, I stuck a screwdriver in here, pulled the top off, and I made my own spray Distress Stains. Okay, so this is the same peeled paint in a mister, so now I can spray this. And the benefit of this is that the paste is wet, so I'm going to get really intense color with this now. So if I miss some peeled paint on there, this will be scattered straw. And I can miss some broken china on here. Okay. And so now you can see the color is a lot more intense than when I use the blending tool. There's really a big difference. Another cool thing you can do with the embossing paste is you can stamp on it to create more texture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my rubber stamp, and it does not even need to be on an acrylic block, and I'm just going to mist it with water, and that just helps the paste not stick to the stamp. So if I just press this in, I'll just kind of do random areas, and when I take this off, you'll see that it's going to dry with texture, and that's really cool too. One thing you want to remember is to clean your stamp. You can see even though I did mist it with water, there is still some embossing paste on there, and you don't want that to dry on there. So you have a few minutes to clean it off, but I just like to mist it with water. Just plain old California water here, and then dry it. Okay. If I wanted to add some bling to this, I have another option. I can take Ranger's Perfect Pearls Mist. This is basically bling in a bottle. So what you want to do is make sure you shake it up. It has a lot of pigment that's settled in the bottom. It has a little metal mixing ball in here. And I'll just shake it up and make sure all the pigment is mixed into this. And it says right on, if you ever have a question, it says shake me up. You don't have to swirl it or do anything fancy, just shake it up. Okay, the pigment's all gone, so I know I can use it. And it just takes like 1 or 2 little squirts, and this is going to dry with beautiful shimmer on it then. Now because this has so much moisture on it, it's going to take a little bit to dry. Even with the heat tool, it's probably going to take me 10 minutes, so I'm not going to finish this. But I want to just show you what that's like. And I'll show you a finished sample here. Okay, so here's a finished sample with the embossing paste. And this started out on my Art Parts base. I used my brick stamp with Jet Black Archival, and I stamped with the grout pattern. Okay, and then I took my brick stencil that lays over this perfectly, and I used my white embossing paste and spread it on, let it dry, and then I misted my distress stain colors on here. Once that was dry, I had the option to add another layer of embossing paste on here. And here's another thing I like about the embossing paste. You can pre-color your embossing paste so that it's ready to go ahead of time. So I don't have to, if I would use white for the leaves, then I would have to go in with the distress markers or the paints or whatever I wanted to do and color my leaves. But I'll show you another quick option. If you take just a tiny bit of embossing paste, put it on your craft sheet, and you can do as much as you want. The embossing paste really goes pretty far. And I'll use the Distress Re-Inker, and just 1 drop of Re-Inker, and even half of a drop. You can get half a drop. And now you can mix your own color. So with 48 Distress colors, you only need the white paste, mix your Distress Re-Inker in there, and you have the option for 48 beautiful colors. Okay. So now back to my project here. So what I did was I laid my brick stencil on, then I picked up my green paste. Instead of putting white paste on, I put green paste on. So it was already colored when I added it to my project. So try it, it's a lot of fun. It comes in black, it comes in white, it comes in clear, and you will love it. Thanks so much.